Yeah, but I think you need a special adapter on your laptop, don't you?
Nah, well, on your laptop maybe. You got a poo poo laptop?
I don't know what you're
I don't know what
saying,
he's-
Ben, but you look like you're snorting cocaine off your microphone.
You got a poo poo
I'm
laptop?
marking that. I don't know what you're saying. Welcome to a new episode of the Bored Till Death podcast. I am your host, Taylor Steiger, joined by my co-host, Mr. Andrew Kruger. Say hello.
Hello, everyone.
And joined by the belligerent drunk known as Benjamin Henricks. How we doing, my friend?
You ever wonder why Taco Bell doesn't taste as good without hot sauce?
I mean, let's be fair. Does Taco Bell ever taste good?
I mean, if you got to cover it up in a bunch of crap to make it taste like anything.
Fair.
What are you having a bad taco experience right now?
No, it's great. I've just gone through like 7 hot packets. That's just like, oh wow, I just pay all this money to taste hot sauce.
It's true. You might as well just chug the bottle that's in your fridge when you get home. Are you enjoying a nice Baja Blast? How do you go to Taco Bell and not get a Baja Blast?
It's like sacrilegious.
At least Mountain Dew. Come on.
I mean, a nice cold, refreshing Bepis also does the trick. So
What did you just say?
the Bepis,
The Bepis.
Pepsi? Is that what we're talking
yeah,
about?
Bepis.
God, I hate Pepsi so much. It's all about the Coca-Cola.
I do too.
God, I love Coke. There you go, Andrew. Clip that one later.
No, okay. So pro tip: if Taco Bell ever
171.
offers you, hey, do you want to double that beef for 50 cents? Always decline.
Don't do it.
Always. It's a trap. Because all they do is load it with a bunch of soggy meat.
Double that horse meat.
And it just makes all your hard taco rip out the butt. Like it just falls out. It's not good.
Something about the term double that beef. Just got it.
Hey honey, you want to double that beef? I'm like,
You want to double that beef?
I'm good. I think I'm okay.
Something about ripping out the butt. Oh, Jesus Christ. Guys, I finally got a setup. I bought a desk. I bought, what else? I'm sitting in a chair. First episode, I was sitting on my bed. Very unprofessional of me. I got some other stuff coming. Gonna put some foam up and everything. Gonna sound a lot better.
Nice.
Andrew, I know you're progressing towards a possible little setup too. You're in your sister's bedroom right now.
I am. I'm in my sister's bedroom. I'm in a corner. Maybe I'll post a picture of it later. I have a blanket tacked to the wall. My laptop and microphone are sitting on a dresser, and then I have 2 pillows set up behind my microphone. So we're really starting from the bottom here, but it works.
Insert Drake quote. Good job. Shout out to Hannah Kruger out there.
Thank you, sis.
Well, boys, thank you, sis. It happened last week. I know this podcast ain't coming out for another week, but we got to talk about it.
your bedroom so I can record a podcast? That's all I imagine. I'm sorry. I don't know what you were segueing into, but that has been. I want to talk to my friends, please.
That is a spot on Andrew.
That's a spot on, Andrew. Oh my god.
Oh my god, bro. Actually, all right. Slight off topic a little bit. I started watching Harley Quinn again because the new season's coming out. Hilarious show on HBO Max. If you haven't watced it,
I need to watch it.
Amazing. It is MA. It's like South Park meets DC. It's absolutely hilarious.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, I know. And Ben, you've watched it, but tell me, every time Kite Man is talking, you don't hear Andrew like impersonating Kite Man from the get-go. That man is absolutely hilarious in that
Now
show.
I gotta
Andrew,
hear
you
what
need to
this guy
watch it.
sounds like now.
Then there's Bane too. They do like a bad impersonation of the one from Dark Knight Rises. Yes.
It's
so
it's the guy
freaking...
who voices Zoidberg who does Bane.
Oh, is it? That
yeah,
makes
it's the
sense
same
now.
dude.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it's very.
It's actually like imagine Futurama with no child settings. Like it's straight MA No rules. It's amazing. Anyways, still kind of on topic. Back to it. Comic-Con, boys. What did we think? Anything interesting come out?
Andrew, I'm gonna let you take this one because
Ben, we know you hate everything.
You hardly even knew it happened. I feel like you're just like, there's trailers out.
I tuned in and went, oh, okay.
Well, all right. Well, let's start with a couple the like what 2 DC projects that were announced.
Yeah,
We got Marvel over here dropping like 20 different things coming out, and DC's like, here's The Rock. He's a bad guy, but we're gonna pretend he's kind of a good guy. But he's also a bad guy. And he kills a lot of people, but he's a good guy too.
All right. Yeah, Marvel, doing their thing. But hear me out. Dwayne Johnson.
Dwayne Johnson. Oh, that's John Cena. Never mind.
Do you even watch wrestling?
Same thing.
No, wait a second.
Did before I watched like late 90s during the Attitude era.
Yeah. Shazam was the only thing I was actually semi hyped for because that's the last good DC movie that came out. Snyder Cut doesn't count because it's not a movie that came out. It was just something that count. Yeah, true. It was already a thing, just done better.
I mean, the second Suicide Squad movie was pretty good, but
I still never saw that.
That's fair. No, yeah, the second Suicide Squad was definitely like A-tier content.
I have no idea what DC is doing at all.
I don't think they even know.
No, like they keep releasing like these solo movies, the Batman, Joker. I feel like there was something else. I feel like Suicide Squad almost stands alone. But they keep doing these standalone movies that kill it, and then they got like, I don't know, y'all want to make like an Avengers type movie? I don't know. Like we only got like the 3 coolest freaking characters ever, part of the Justice League. I don't know what they're doing at all.
They're doing a Super Smash Brothers game. That's pretty much it.
Well, that's right. I don't know if it was real or not, but you could play as Gus from Breaking Bad in that little fight game.
Yeah, it's called Multiverse.
I think that was internet.
No, the Gus thing is well, it might be real, but you can play as Super Saiyan Shaggy.
God mode.
The game itself is definitely real, but as far as like the characters, I don't know. And I also realized I said that Shazam was the last good thing. No, Batman was good.
Mm-hmm. We're talking kind of in that universe.
Yeah, when the Batman came out, it's like I watched it and it was such a departure from anything else that they've put out for so long that I completely forgot that it was still DC in a way. I don't know why. It's like my head was going back to Shazam and stuff. Which I had fun with the first Shazam, and I love the dude who plays him, Zachary Levi, I think his name is.
Yeah, Zachary Levi,
I love him. I'm not a huge fan of his version of Shazam. Like, it makes sense because he's all kitty and stuff. He should be like that.
Yeah.
But my favorite incarnation of Shazam is the guy from the New 52 comics. He's like roided out and super like brutal when he's in that.
I thought that's what they were. I thought they were going to be using that.
That's what I thought. They used a lot of the plot points, like a lot of the story from
the plot line.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. It was fine. Like the trailer for the new one looks fine. I wasn't very excited about the DC corner of Comic-Con in general. I feel like they've fallen off so hard. It's sad.
There was stupid heavy rumors leading up to it that Henry Cavill was going to speak there and announce that like a new Superman movie coming out, but those were all shot down immediately.
I saw a meme the other day that was like, in pursuit of gold, we lost diamond. And it was like a picture of Henry Cavill's Superman. I don't care what anyone says. His Superman was awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Literally the perfect Superman.
Actually made me like Superman.
I'm really upset because Go ahead, Ben. Go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead. You go ahead, sir. After you.
Oh, sorry.
No, you hang up.
You were little.
No, you hang up.
No, you hang up.
I forgot you were a little bit on the delay with the seltzers you've been drinking tonight.
Yeah, his brain's on delay.
I'm just upset with DC that we had the perfect casting for Superman, and my opinion, I love Ben Affleck as Batman, and they just piss it down the drain.
Yeah, I liked his Batman.
Batfleck is best fleck, dude. Like, I don't care. I will die on that hill.
Everyone that bashes it's just they just hate Ben Affleck for some reason. It's trendy to hate him and stuff, which I understand because he makes I like movies he's in, so whatever. Anyways,
DC was fine. Marvel, unpopular opinion, think Marvel's not as great anymore as it used to be. It doesn't have anything to do with Phase 4, like not knowing what it's doing. It's just like they bought into the hype train.
It's lost its oomph.
Yeah, it's definitely lost its panache.
Yeah.
Something about knowing that we're not going to see Tony Stark or Steve Rogers on the screen again kind of just deflates it a little bit, I guess you could say.
Iron Man can die in a pit and I'll be okay.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Steve Rogers is best. All right.
I was ready to lash out if you started saying stuff about Steve Rogers. I'm like, you better be talking about my boy like that.
No. Steve,
Leave America's ass alone.
Steve Rogers is great. Yeah, no, yeah. Like I've heard comments like, "Oh, he's cookie cutter. He's boring." I was like, "No, that's Captain America.
That's Captain
he's
America.
Like
Yeah.
the just epitome of bland good guy.
Yeah.
Like, it was great." But no, like I mean, I just finished Ms. Marvel, and that was actually probably one of the more enjoyable things out of Phase 4.
Yeah, I would actually agree with that too.
I'm only like 3 episodes in.
But
still.
after this may be a spoiler alert for people who haven't seen it. It just came out on VOD, but like after the
Spoiler.
after the Doctor Strange thing, they kind of just rewrote a lot of stuff or like made things not important. I don't know. It was a lot of back and forth, and I was like, I'm just kind of want nerdy things like
Yeah.
X-Men '97, which I'm like stupidly excited for.
If the ending of Loki, like just the epic scale that Loki was at the end there when he was talking to
Kang.
Forgive me, well, he wasn't Kang technically there, but one of his.
Okay,
Whatever.
you nerd. It's Kang. Kang is Kang. Okay, there's a lot of Kang.
Whatever.
He just wasn't the
Whatever.
conqueror.
Yes,
Yeah,
thank
it
you.
wasn't Kang
Anyways,
the Conqueror. It's just Kang.
when all that started and the other multiverse, it was all opening right there, all the timelines. I was like, something crazy literally just happened, and then like 7 things happened and had nothing to do with what
Yeah.
that ending of Loki was. I'm like, what? What's happening? Yeah. And then Spider-Man No Way Home happens. It's like a multiverse thing, and it's like it ends. It's like, okay, that's it. I thought that was going to lead into the new Doctor Strange. It had literally nothing to do with Doctor Strange at all. And it's just like, like I feel like they should pick up on one thing. Now, granted, it's probably going to be 3. When's Phase 6? Like 3 years from now, 2 years from now. That's all going to come, and we're going to be like, well, it all makes sense now.
Yeah, no, I'm going to be eating my shorts.
Yeah, I was going to say one thing that I did notice, one thing that I liked about Marvel specifically, what they announced, is it kind of made Phase 4 make a little bit more sense. Because they first of all, I have to remember back to what it was like when they were first releasing all these MCU movies. Like Iron Man and Captain America and all that stuff was coming out. And back then we were like, where's this going? Like we knew they wanted to put them together to show an Avengers movie, but we had never had anything like that. Everyone's like, what is this?
Yeah.
Where's this going? Whatever. And then Avengers happens and they show Thanos and you're like, oh, okay. So that's where we're going.
Mm-hmm.
And then it took years to get there. Now that's all over. Phase 4 for the most part has felt very disjointed and disconnected because they're telling so many stories at the same time. But they did set up the next big bad, and that is Kang. And it does feel weird because so many other stories were being told after Loki that it was kind of like, okay, well, what about that? That seems pretty important. Like, how is this not a bigger issue right now? But we got 2 Avengers movies announced that's going to close out Phase 6.
From 2 Avengers movie coming out months apart. That is
same
insane.
year.
And they both sound like 2 different Marvel, like Avengers movies. Like,
yeah, I'm wondering how they're going to lead into each other.
It doesn't sound like an Infinity War Endgame. Yeah, if you haven't seen it yet, we got Avengers: The Kang Dynasty coming out and Avengers: Secret Wars announced, all within the year, I believe 2025, I believe actually.
Yeah, so
if I remember right. Yeah.
So Phase 4 officially ends with Black Panther this year in November. And then the Ant-Man movie kicks off Phase 5, which Kang will appear in that. He's not. I don't think he's going to be the main villain, but because MODOK's going to be in it, but he will be in it. So they are starting to build up to those Avengers movies, which I was very happy to see because it at least gives you hope that there is an actual direction to what they're doing.
I mean, there had to have been a direction. I think we were just with all the projects getting thrown at us. we got series, we got movies. I feel like
Mhm.
I'm watching a Marvel thing once a week. It almost feels like it's taken too long. It's almost like back in before streaming when you had like 24 episode seasons and it just felt like it dragged on.
Yeah,
to like,
yeah, where you're just trying to fill TV spots.
Yep, that season finale that was epic. That's what we're looking for right now. We're so
Yeah.
used to the 10 episode seasons now, getting to the point and stuff.
But I'm actually excited for Phase 5 because, well, first off, Phase 6, they only announced 3 projects, and that was Fantastic Four and the 2
Mhm.
Avengers movies. There's a whole bunch of open dates on the timeline that they're like, oh, we're going to announce these later, but for now, we wanted you to know about this. So we got more stuff coming down the line. I guarantee X-Men will be in there. What I'm excited for is Daredevil. My boy is coming back in Phase 5.
Oh,
18 episodes.
if y'all watched the Netflix Daredevil series and you thought they were done with that, he's coming back. Our boy. They're like throwing him in everything. He's going to be in She-Hulk. He was in Spider-Man No Way Home. There was something. Oh, he's in the Echo TV show coming out. They're like, y'all want Daredevil? We got you. 18 episodes.
He needs to be in all that New York stuff that's going on. Like he's got to say,
yeah, you can't have New York without Daredevil.
Yeah,
absolutely not.
I want to see him and Spider-Man cross paths in more than just like a "Hey, I'm representing you" kind of way now.
Mm-hmm.
And
absolutely.
We also got Blade coming out next year as well. I'm looking forward to
it. Yeah, I mean, we have the originals; they're awesome and stuff. But I'm ready for a little revamp on it.
Yeah, some darker characters coming into the works.
Exactly. And
the Midnight Suns.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, and then Thunderbolts. Thunderbolts was also announced, and I thought it was a series. It's a movie.
Yeah, if anyone doesn't know, that's basically the Suicide Squad of the Marvel world. So you're going to see a bunch of the baddies teaming up. The ones a bunch we've already seen on the screen. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm actually excited. It feels. I definitely agree with Ben that. I don't know. It feels like they've leaned too far almost into the reputation that they have for their humor and the lightheartedness. And I feel like a lot of their stuff, the humor is very trite now.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of just.
Well, I mean, dude, half the shows are like, "Oh, your name is the what was it? Miss Marvel was the Red Daggers." She's like, "Oh, is that your name?" Ha! Like it's like the shows themselves are making fun of the source material. I was like, okay.
Just take your own material seriously. It comes off better, I feel like.
Yeah.
I know. I saw someone created a TikTok or something of like all the a compilation of every time someone in a Marvel movie or show made fun of a uniform, like a costume and stuff, and there was like 20 of them. I was like, Jesus Christ! Enjoy your what we wear. They wear for the show.
Yeah.
I mean, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, but it's nice to see because I'm more excited for the future MCU stuff that is announced than I have been for this whole phase for the most part so far. Like there have been individual things that I've seen that I was like, oh, that was awesome. But most of it I was like, yeah, it was good, but it wasn't like before.
Yeah, no, I agree. And then we also got the new what's it called? Black Panther trailer coming out, Wakanda Forever.
Oh,
that trailer was just full of emotions. Chadwick Boseman passing away, T'Challa.
That trailer was beautiful.
I'm so curious to know who's going to take the reins over for that.
I liked the rendition of the song that they had in there too. The
Bob Marley song, wasn't it?
Yeah,
that was dope.
It was sick.
Ben, you alive?
Yeah, man.
I'm watching you on camera over there. You just look like you're just riding something. Just chilling.
Riding life, my dude. I'm chilling all right.
Total gnar, dude.
Hell yeah, brother.
Hell yeah.
I'm just coasting the waves of life, dude.
Did you? Oh Jesus! Oh my God!
Hilarious.
Speaking of, oh my God! Did you see the trailer for Black Panther, Ben?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I mean granted, my favorite part was the music.
Yeah.
Because I like Kendrick, and I was like, oh, that's a really nice little mashup.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it's a teaser, so it's just like I don't know, man. I'm so 50-50 on trailers nowadays to where it's like it could be really good and hype, or
that's true.
Yeah. Like the Black Panther one was just like, okay, cool. There's another one coming out. I don't know what the heck is going on. I'm here for Kendrick.
they treat trailers almost like a mini movie now, to where they manufacture dialogue and lines to be in trailers that never make it into the movie, or to like hit certain notes that you always hear in trailers, like there's a war coming. You always hear that line in trailers.
Yeah.
Like it's the cheesiest thing, and it's hardly ever like in the movies. It's kind of hard to tell just on trailers now what the actual movie is going to be like. That's what happened to me in Doctor Strange. It was a complete pulled the rug out from under me. I did not expect the villain to be Scarlet Witch in that movie.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that one either. I thought this whole time he was going to be fighting like Supreme Strange the whole movie or something. From trying to take over the multiverse or something. I don't know.
All the rumors leading up to it was like Nightmare, that he was going to be fighting Nightmare, and I was like, I don't see him anymore.
No, it's the devil. What's the joke?
Mephisto.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm still sitting here a year and a half later waiting for Mephisto's reveal, and I'm like, nope, that's just not going to happen.
Do you think they'll ever get crazy enough to bring him into it?
Maybe in like a what if it'll be like a what if episode, or like one of those little shorts or something. They could bring him in, but
could be
true.
I don't know, man. Like, if anything, in the first 10 years of Marvel told me, it's the people who didn't grow up with this have no idea what's going on. And I mean, it's not a bad thing. It's the things that were like this like niche little subculture expanded. So now you have these like nerds that grew up with this stuff, and it's like, oh, they're gonna bring all these really cool things. And it's like, in reality, the normal society doesn't really care for this big red devil that's controlling things. You know what I mean?
You could say that, but Guardians of the Galaxy was not a household name, and it's one of the biggest Marvel movies.
Well, that's also in the hands of like a fantastic director. Like,
True.
anything that Jason Gunn?
James Gunn,
not Jason. James Gunn does is like superb, in my opinion. Like Peacemaker, fantastic show.
That was fun. I enjoyed it.
But it's just like like Civil War. Like when I grew up, I was in high school. Like Civil War was like, hold on, you're telling me that my favorite characters hate my other favorite characters, and it's like an actual battle. And then you see like the movie, and it's like, oh, it's just like a street brawl in the parking lot of an airport.
Should have called it Civil Battle.
Yeah, domestic dispute, like
Age of Ultron. But again, Age of Ultron lasting a weekend.
Yeah,
can't get really an age out of it.
and that's kind of where I go with like, I think you're going to see more of those like fan favorite or like super niche like nerdy characters in those shows, because like What If did Ultron so well. Like when I was watching What If, like Ultron was like, oh, this feels like Ultron. But they can do that because it's smaller, digestible episodes.
People were talking shit about What If. I thoroughly enjoyed them. There might have been one or two that was kind of meh, but those like last 3 or 4 that were all connected together was just holy crap.
I loved OP Ultron. Oh my god. Oh, he was terrifying.
That's on Ultron. To me, is the only thing that makes Age of Ultron like not as great as it could have been. I just wish he was more menacing. All the jokes. And
I wish they made him a lot less quippy.
Yeah,
but
James. They got James. What's his name?
Spade.
James Spader.
James Spader.
Yeah.
Yes, him voicing him.
Yeah, James Spader. Yeah.
Freaking Mr. California from Office. Killer. I freaking loved it. We got anything else to say about this, boys? I think the people who hate Marvel and comic books already turned us off. We got to get them. We got to rope them back.
I mean, Lord of the Rings looks like it's Slim Shady versus some orcs versus some,
If y'all don't know, Benjamin and Andrew love their Tolkien. Don't ever talk to them about it because they will rip your ear off. They will talk trash about everything that isn't the original trilogy.
No.
Yes.
Not even the trilogy.
The original books, my dude.
I'm sorry.
No,
this is a battle I always stay out of. I just go and
I just gotta say something real quick, because there's a certain brand of Tolkien fans out there that I absolutely detest.
Nerds.
And they're the purists. The purists who get pissed off if a character comes into the Tolkien adaptation world whose skin looks just a little bit of a shade too brown.
Oh God.
Oh yeah, that whole
Not good with that.
thing was dumb.
Yeah. And so I'm not a purist by
I
any
had
means.
no idea there was racist Tolkien fans out there like that.
I think, well, because Tolkien, I mean, he's from like the countryside in England, and like a lot of his works just didn't have like people of color and stuff in it because
Yeah.
it wasn't what he was around, and when he was,
Yeah.
and especially at the time that he was writing this. So Tolkien purists think it was intentional, like in a way where there should never be people of color in any adaptation of Tolkien ever, because it's not a pure adaptation of Tolkien. Like it wasn't his intention for people to be
This
represented.
is all. That is all new to me. I had no idea there was those
Oh
people out
God.
there.
When they
yeah.
announced the castings for this new show that Amazon is doing, the fandom was an absolute dumpster fire, and it still is.
Yeah,
like
it was pretty bad.
like because there's like black hobbits and stuff, and there's an
Oh my-
elf that has buzzed hair, and he's like got like
I don't-
brownish.
Are
know
they
what we
hobbits or are they just? There's like a new race because I don't think hobbits weren't discovered until
The guys in the
was it
trailer.
the Third Age.
You're talking about the like hippie guys, right? In the trailer,
See what I was
Yeah.
talking about, people.
they're supposed to be like, yeah. We won't linger on this too long. But
Point proven.
those hippie looking dudes in the trailer are supposed to be early halflings.
Okay.
They're like nomads. They haven't settled because that last shot in the second trailer is them walking into like an area that almost looks like the Shire, and I don't know if they're like gonna settle or I don't know what's gonna happen, honestly. But
Listen, dude. All I know is that if I don't see any episode based on the Men of Numenor, I'm just unsubscribing for.
All right,
Yeah.
next topic. We're moving on. We
so
there goes all our fan base.
We also
and
had House of the
followers.
Dragon.
House of the Dragon. Yes, y'all are the Game of Thrones fans.
I will
Hey, you got
watch
one
it.
of those,
Y'all got 1 minute. Go ahead.
you guys got one of those booing soundboards?
I will watch it. It looks good to me. I have a little bit of faith. I have a little bit of faith just because of the fact that it's not the stupid idiot brothers that Game of Thrones was in their hands before, who basically dumped.
D.C. Weiss and all them.
Yeah, they basically dumped Game of Thrones to the side, like we want to direct Star Wars, and just like ran, and then they got dumped, which was funny. But HBO, I found out HBO wanted to do like, they basically were like, however much money we need to spend to finish this story the way it needs to be finished, we will throw money at you. And they literally said no. So if HBO actually does care enough about that world to be able to just keep dumping money into it, and it seems like they do, maybe this will turn out better. I still have a really bad taste in my mouth from the Game of Thrones show, but still, we'll see.
Yeah, my end all be all opinion is that last season ruined it for me, and the book's still not finished. And what's a prequel gonna do? You know?
Yeah,
yeah. The world building wasn't enough, and they kind of left out a lot of the cool stuff from the books that I just kind of went, all right, you know. If I'm bored on a Saturday afternoon, I may watch it, but...
And see here, I'm a show pleb. I haven't read the books. So I'm that fan that everyone's like going to be, you don't even know what the hell you're talking about. So, yeah.
Okay.
My final note on it.
All right,
don't
you got
need to
10
read the
seconds.
books. You don't need to read the books. All I have to do is look up the mom Stark, who she becomes.
I do know about
Where it's
that.
alluded to. Yeah, that's the coolest part that was like just dropped, and I was like, oh, okay.
I would have loved to see that. But anyways,
here's Wonderwall.
Oh man, I wish I had that. No, we couldn't even play it if we wanted to.
you
Ooh, I
could play it on your guitar.
Oh, why isn't that near me right now? All right, everyone, Wonderwall will be coming to the podcast soon. Don't worry. All right, to the 3 people still listening, thank you for keeping with us. Comic-Con is a big deal for us. Well, Andrew and I. Ben pretends it's not because he's too cool for it, but he enjoys it. Let's be honest. Thank you for staying tuned. Yo, it's Taylor, and I don't know if you've heard, but we're giving away 2 movie tickets on August 15th. All you have to do is rate and review it on our Apple Podcast page. You can write anything you'd like. You can say it's the worst thing you've ever heard or the best thing you've ever heard. You can say that one Andrew guy's a little weird, and then that Ben guy's a little suspicious, but that Taylor guy's, well, he's all right. Anyways, rate and review and tune into on August 15th to see if you won. Peace. Peace? What the...
Music that speaks to the soul. Music where you don't even need to understand the singer to feel exactly what he's talking about. Now you don't have to imagine no more. Creed Unplugged is here, featuring songs like Higher.
Take me higher to a place where blindness
My Own
Here
Prison.
on the docket today, my own sin.
And fan favorite,
This brings
My
tears
Sacrifice.
to my eyes, my sacrifice.
If you pre-order today, we'll even include a special cover of Hanson's Bop. Get yours soon. I don't think we're having fun today, says
We
Taylor.
are not.
We're
I'm
not
sw-
having fun. Hey guys, welcome back to the podcast. You know what bit you've never heard before? What happened in my D&D session? So
God.
what had happened was
Absolutely not.
is I sat down-
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. We're gonna lose all our fans that we have so far. Oh, Jesus Christ.
So what have y'all been
Well,
up to this week?
Oh, shoot, nothing. I went to the doctor like twice. So that was fun, you know. Bills, fun times.
I got a new
Excitement.
camera.
This is what you kids tune in for, some quality content. Foot doctors and cameras.
You got a new camera, Andrew. Tell us more. Is it digital or is it film?
Hey guys, I shoot on a mirrorless camera now.
Just because of that, I'm not getting into the specifics at all. But it shoots film. It shoots film.
Oh God!
And I'm
You're gonna
stoked
need a
for
second refrigerator. When I lived with Andrew and another guy named Tyler, and both photographers in Oregon, I swear to God, our whole condiment side of the drawer was filled with nothing but goddamn rolls of film. Because they like,
dude,
It lasts longer in the refrigerator.
dude, when I moved to North Carolina, when I moved in with Andrew, that was the same thing. I was like, we'd like going in to grab like a PBR or whatever, and it just like the whole side, just like film strips and cameras and
Yeah,
you know,
I'd be like-
whatever have you.
I didn't keep cameras in the refrigerator.
Well, again, I was reaching in for another PBR. What
Those
do I
go
know,
in the
right?
freezer.
It's kind of
What do I
a
know?
little confusing.
Yeah, and I'm just like, don't mind the candy shelf. You open it up and it's just wrapped pieces of film. That's it. It's just film.
some Kodak.
Yeah.
What's
No, but I'm excited because I've been wanting this for a while because I had one like it before and I had to sell it, and now I finally got my hands on another one that is similar. So,
Does that
Yeah.
mean new profile pictures?
I mean, if I ever see anyone in person, sure.
If y'all follow my Facebook, or
Why don't you take that $1,000 from your betting and get your ass out here? Then we can take a picture. For you.
Because it's already gone. Okay, I'm a degenerate. Okay, it's gone.
Hold up.
Why'd you have to
I
bring it
kinda
up?
like-
Why'd you bring it?
I kind of like that delinquent.
Hold up.
I am.
Did you
yeah.
rebet all of that?
I plead the fifth.
Oh my god. Jesus.
Okay, it wasn't I didn't profit 1,000. I only profited like 600. Okay.
Yeah, but still,
And
it was
it's like-
you got $1,000.
Okay. I took like 300 out of the account. I left 300 in. There's only like 100 left. Okay. And I took the other 300. I put 100 in savings like a responsible adult. And then I pissed away everything else. Okay. I bought cool stuff. Okay.
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 Well,
I got
think
new glasses
everybody
coming. These glasses are being held by tape and Jesus, for God's sakes.
taping Jesus. Well, I think the 10 people that listened to our first episode might want to know where that money went. So I think that was time well
I just
spent
said it.
explaining that.
I just said it.
I
just-
know.
Lucky numbers. Bump it up. Bump it up.
Whatever. You know, I've played like 200 since then, and like it just hasn't been good. It hasn't been good. Okay, if in fairness, when I said how much money I won that podcast, I said it ain't always going to be like that. Okay? Most times it's disappointing.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. Sorry, that's something Jade and I do.
Man, why don't you want to hear about my Dungeons and Dragons stories, man?
We're never. The only time you can talk about Dungeons and Dragons is if we're talking about Stranger Things, and we already did that. So,
Well,
did it go good? Did you have fun?
It went good. It went good. I don't know why
you got off.
Did it go good? It went good. Like oh God. Anyways, it went very good.
Andrew,
I casted Magic Missile.
Yes.
I enjoyed your music choice last week. I've been listening to them often. I want to call it a new segment. We're going to be calling it Andrew's Jam of the Week. Who do you got for us this week, buddy?
Well, we had movements last week. I guess just to display the mix of different music types that we have here, I'm going complete opposite directions this week. So,
let me guess. Oh, here we go. Is it hip hop?
close, but no.
It's close. Is it rap?
No. It's in that direction, but it's there. No one's rapping.
I give up.
Ben, you gonna guess?
Who is it?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. You said that direction. I just kind of guessed.
Oh, One Direction.
No, it's not.
Oh,
No.
Nope. I have no say.
who is your Jam of the Week?
The album is actually an EP that I'm suggesting. It's called After Hours, and it is by 53 Thieves. Ever heard of them?
No, I actually haven't.
Okay. Well, they're contemporary R&B / soul.
When did you start listening to that?
I don't listen to a lot of it.
This is this defined as like chill hop.
Yeah,
Like,
it is. It is.
Chill hop lo-fi.
It's kind of, yeah, but except there's actual like singing and stuff with it. So it's a basically they consist of 2 singers and 2 producers. The interesting thing about them is at least up until August of last year, I don't know, maybe something's changed since then, they've never met in person. They just work remotely together from around the world.
Oh, wow.
So the singers are based out of the UK, and the 2 producers
That's actually kind of cool.
and the producers are in New York and Mississippi.
Mississippi.
Yeah, Mississippi.
My Mississippi queen.
I'm just gonna let this play out a little bit.
Mississippi queen.
I know what I mean.
Da 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 da.
The longer I sit here, the longer it goes.
Mississippi queen.
As we watch everyone pause the podcast and choose something else.
All I know is Mississippi Queen. That's the only lines I know.
That's all you need to know. It's the only important part of the song.
Oh my god. No, but I would describe their sound like Ben said, it's kind of chill hop, but they use a lot of synths and pads and stuff, so it's very like there's an atmosphere to their music that sounds very big and like spacious and stuff. It's pretty cool. It's a 5-song EP. It's really good. I don't have a whole lot more to say on it. My favorite songs from the EP are Dreamin', 3 a.m., and Heat. And fun fact, when I was designing my photo zine that I put out, God, it was like 2 years ago now.
2 feet away from me. Love that thing.
I was gonna ask if you still had that.
Absolutely, I'm in it a bunch.
Yeah, that's true. I can't print any new copies of it because I lost the file when my hard drive crapped out on me last year. So still raw there.
Back up to your backup.
Yeah. So, but I designed the entire photo book to this EP only.
Oh,
I was like super stressed all the time around that time in my life. And I would go up there and turn off the lights and just design the book to this EP, and that's it. So that was how I relaxed.
let's see. There was COVID. You just moved across country. You were poor. You had a child coming. I could see why you were stressed.
This was right after I had Landon. And
I can definitely see why you were stressed.
yeah, so I wasn't getting a lot of sleep. Aaron was still healing from the C-section. And then I had to work extra hours here and there as well on top of that and come home and like help with Landon. It was just new dad stuff.
And I just lived in the spare bedroom.
Actually, this was after you were gone.
Oh, this was after?
I've been over there living his best life, and Andrew's just like, oh.
And I was living 5 doors down.
Yeah, he was living 5 doors down. I remember I went over to your apartment that one time, and I walked in. The house is completely empty and dark. There's a glowing red light. There's glowing red light coming from the top. I feel like I'm walking up into Mordor when I go to your bedroom.
Enter.
And there was nothing in the fridge but a bottle of Jack Daniels and like 2 waters and a stack of ramen on the counter. I'm like, this dude is like bachelor to the highest order right now.
Living the best life, man.
The one time I came to Asheville and you were still there, Ben, I slept in your spare room. And I was like, oh, you got a towel I could shower? You're like, no. Like, oh. I walked all the way down to Andrew's place to get a towel. I'm like, so I'm going to go back and use this.
Just a flat no.
No.
I remember me and Aaron were getting rid of a bunch of kitchen stuff. We like pans and random knives and stuff that we weren't using. And I walked him down to Ben's and just put him on this counter. I was like, you want this? And you're like, yeah.
Yeah, I could use that.
So you know what I have to add on to Andrew's music recommendation is an artist named Dent May. And let me tell you what.
Hold up. Is it one of your Russians?
Nope.
Okay.
So you ever see Swiss Army Man or Little Miss Sunshine or the Batman? Paul Dano?
Yes.
Yeah. So or Paul Dano. When I listen to this dude, I feel like Paul Dano's just singing some sultry tunes to me over some light jazz, but like with a little bit of funk. Like if you're looking for just some nice background music while you're cleaning the house, cooking, hanging out with friends, you need to look up Dent May, because I have never felt happier than when listening to this artist. Like hands down, highest recommended song, Eastover Wives. Man, you want to dance and groove throughout everything. It's Anyways, that's my 2 cents.
So
honestly, that sounds pretty good.
Paul Dano, he sings?
No, it's not actually Paul Dano.
Paul Dano doing it.
If you look at the photo, it just feels like Paul Dano is just like in a very dark room with a spotlight over him and that old like 50s microphone, just like.
For a second, I was like, I didn't see. I was like, what the hell does Paul Dano have to do with this? I didn't understand for a second.
I've also never heard anyone ever say the name Paul Dano, and that's actually kind of a cool name when you say it out loud. Paul Dano.
One of the best.
It's like he has a first name for a first name and a nickname for a last name.
Yeah, man.
That's really accurate, actually.
Yeah, one of my head cooks in the back of where I work was jamming it out, and I was like, I just brought some dishes back to help clean and stuff, and just found myself grooving a little bit. It was great. It's great. If you work in service industry, the best way to discover music is just to talk to your chefs.
100%.
Find some real tasty stuff.
What was it called again?
Dent May, like dent, like a, dent.
Yeah.
And May, like the month.
Since we're all sharing music, I'll mention the last song I was listening to on my way home in the car that came on shuffle. Y'all ever heard of the band Korn?
I was waiting for Korn. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah.
No, but according to the commercial, there's a comeback coming. I can't wait for that. It's a song called "Falling Away from You." Y'all should check it out.
Oh.
It's a new one.
Pretty sure I know that one.
No,
I too wore extremely baggy and chained jeans in high school.
You guys ever heard of Mudvayne?
Oh, don't you start. Don't you start. Don't you start. Don't you start. I was a very big Mudvayne fan back in the day. I'm not afraid to admit it. Thank you very much. It was like my first metal band. That wasn't 80s.
No amount of confidence for, admitting it doesn't cover the amount of embarrassment that comes along with that.
Listen, it's not embarrassment. I was a bass player. The bass player, Paul Martini, is a god. He is a legend. He shreds on the bass, jazzing. He slaps it. He's slapping the bass. He kills it. It's all I want to listen to it for. Chad Gray, the singer, I could leave or take it. It's all great. Paul Martini. That's the reason I love Mudvayne. Next story.
And that was Taylor's rant for the episode.
Felt very Ben-like there. It's actually kind of nice. I'm gonna let you do that more often.
I almost gave you a 5-second counter of like, all right.
I think you need to tell the story of how you came to play bass.
We don't want to talk about that. I told you and only you. So there was this band called Linkin Park. I don't know if anyone's ever heard of them. I was in 7th grade, and being in a band was sounding to be cool. There were some kids down the street that were playing music and all this stuff, and they were like, "Hey, we need a bass player. You should join." I was like, "Okay, cool." And I went home and started listening up songs that I thought had like cool bass lines and stuff. And my mom went and bought me. You remember back in the day? I don't know if they still have them then. Now, you could buy a bass or like a guitar or bass and like a combo amp. It was like a big combo
it was like
deal.
a starter pack.
Yeah, it was like $200 and stuff. Came with a cord, strap, all that crap. Bought one of those, and on the way home with my mom in the car, I was like, "Oh, Mom, this is the song. This is the song that I want to learn on bass first. This is kind of the reason why I want to play bass." And honestly, I can't think of the song right off the rip, but it's like an opening riff, and I thought it was a bass. She's like, "Taylor, that's a guitar riff." I'm like, "What?"
Oh no!
She's like, "Yeah, that was guitar. That's not a bass." And then the bass comes in. She's like, "That's the bass." I'm like, "Can we go get a guitar?" And you're like, "Nope, you're learning bass." So that's the reason why I like bass so much.
There you go.
Ben, you slapped the bass.
I mean,
still
yeah,
playing?
but my story is like 10 times less cool. Is I played saxophone for 10 years and went, what's the easiest transition into the coolest thing? Oh, bass. I play one note at a time. Sick. And yeah, that's it. I know back, God, what was that? Yeah, the local hardcore band days. I was like, hey, what's that note? E? Cool. Show me it on the fretboard because I don't really have the time to figure this out. Just let me play along. And that's how I learned how to play. Yeah, just like cool memorization.
That was kind of the approach that I had with guitar when I first was learning. I got my grandpa's old acoustic, and I was learning "Stick to Your Guns" songs on acoustic. I was just chugging on an acoustic guitar, and I don't know, it worked, but didn't sound good.
I actually, what's funny? Now you mentioned that, I still have my grandpa's guitar. He gave it to me, and that's how I learned. I learned how to play the opening, the "Sweet Child O' Mine" riff, like
oh my god,
that, and like. There was something else I can't remember off the top of my head, but that's funny that I didn't realize you were grandpa guitar also.
Oh yeah, I have vivid memories of you, Ben, actually with your bass, walking through the parking lot after Morningside, throwing your bass through the air over your head and making Tusken Raider sounds across the parking lot.
What?
like you had a gun. And it was it was so spot on too that I'm pretty sure he got sick of me asking. Everybody would be leaving, and I'd just yell at Ben, like, "Ben, do the thing!" And he'd start doing it.
Dance for me, boy.
Do the roar.
Jesus Christ.
No, it didn't take a lot for me. It was like, you taunt me with attention, and I'm going to do pretty much whatever.
All right, boys, I think that's it for this week. Thank you for everyone joining. Don't forget to leave a rate and review on our Apple Podcast channel for a chance to win some movie tickets coming out, according to that very, very well written and acted commercial that you heard in the middle of the podcast. If you made it this far, sounds like we made a fan out of you, and we want to let you know that we got some stuff coming out. We got some merch we're going to be doing, Andrew.
Yeah, we're going to be dropping a couple merch pieces. Maybe not up for sale right away, but we're going to be giving away some early.
Yeah, y'all going to want some of his stuff. He, if you were an original Prodigy member, way better than that.
Yeah, man, if you want to hear some hot takes from a guy who doesn't know anything, just send them our way. I will talk and comment with terrible opinions on darn near anything.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
It's what the people want. If the people go, "Hey, dude,"
and that's it. We'll see y'all next week. Have a good day, everyone.
Just out of left field with that.
And acted commercial that you heard in the middle of the podcast. If you made it this far, sounds like we made a fan out of you, and we want to let you know that we got some stuff coming out. We got some merch we're going to be doing, Andrew.
Yeah, we're gonna be dropping a couple merch pieces. Maybe not up for sale right away, but we're gonna be giving away some early.
Yeah, y'all gonna want some of his stuff. He, well, if you were an original Prodigy member, that's way better than that.
Hey man, if you want to hear some hot takes from a guy who doesn't know anything, just send them our way. I will talk and comment with terrible opinions on darn near anything.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
It's what the people want. If the people go, hey dude,
and that's it. We'll see y'all next week. Have a good day, everyone.
Just out of left field with that.
Was that part of how we did it last episode?
I don't know what we did last week. It was 4 days ago.
Oh, Jesus.
It wasn't even a week.
Oh my god!
I don't know what we did last week. It was 4 days ago.
4 days ago.